All right, let's talk about the biggest debate in AI. Open versus closed. It's a constant back and forth. Well, today, Mistral AI just dropped a bombshell, a huge announcement about their next-gen open models.
And really, this whole thing boils down to one huge question, right? It's the challenge everyone in AI is trying to crack. What if you could get AI that's genuinely world-class? I mean, something that can go toe-to-toe with the biggest closed-source players, but it's also totally open for anyone to use.
Well, Mistral AI is basically saying, we can do that. They're not just saying it's possible, they're saying they've done it. And that's what today is all about, introducing Mistral 3.
Okay, so let's get into it. First up, we've got the heavyweight champion of the new lineup. Meet Mistral Large 3. This is their brand new flagship open model.
And I gotta stress, this isn't just a minor tweak. No. Mistral's is putting Large 3 right up there in the frontier category. What does that mean? It means they've built this thing to compete head-on with the most powerful, most advanced, and yeah, often the most secret AI models out there. And look, they're not just talking a big game. They've got the proof. Right out of the gate, this thing landed at number 2 in its category on the LM Arena leaderboard. If you're not familiar, that's a huge deal. It's basically a cage match for AI models, a super competitive, crowdsourced benchmark. To debut at number 2, that instantly makes it a top contender in the open source space, period. So you might be wondering, how did they pull this off? Well, it's all about a really smart architecture called Mixture of Experts, or MOE. The best way to think about it is like having a team of specialists. Instead of one single giant brain trying to do everything, the model is smart enough to send a problem to the right expert for the job. And this is what makes it so efficient. It's a massive 675 billion parameter model in total, but it only needs to use 41 billion of them at any one time. Super clever. And the scale of this thing? It's just staggering. Just try to picture this. It was trained on 3,000 of NVIDIA's absolute best H200 GPUs. That kind of power is what lets it handle everything from complex conversations in different languages to actually understanding what's in an image. But honestly, the most important part for a lot of people is that it's released under the Apache 2.0 license. That is a huge win for developers, giving them so much freedom. But here's the thing, you don't always need a sledgehammer to crack a nut, right? Mistral gets that. So while Large 3 is the big, powerful champ, they've also rolled out a whole family of smaller, faster models. They call it the Mistral 3 family, and it's all about bringing that state-of-the-art AI right to the edge, to devices like your phone or your laptop.
Yeah, the whole idea here is finding that perfect sweet spot between performance and cost. These are dense models, which is a little different from the mixture of experts we just talked about. Here, all the parameters are working all the time. The goal is to cram as much smarts as they can into a really small package. That way you can run them right on your own device, no need to ping a giant server somewhere.
And what's cool is they're giving you options, a whole range of them. You can see it laid out here. If you just need something super efficient for your phone, boom, the 3B model is perfect. Need that perfect balance of power and speed for your laptop? The 8B is probably your best bet. But if you want some serious accuracy in a smaller size, that 14B model is the one. And check this out. Each size has different versions, like one for just following instructions and another specifically for reasoning. Pretty slick. And don't let small fool you into thinking weak. This is where my mind was kind of blown. That 14 billion parameter model, the one fine-tuned for reasoning, scored an 85% on the AME benchmark. That's a test for like high-level mass competition problems. That's incredible performance from a model that's so much more efficient than the big guys. All right, so we've seen what these new models are. They're powerful, they're versatile, but how did they actually come to life? Because stuff like this doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's a story about a deep commitment to open source and some really key partnerships. And this right here, this is so important for anyone who actually wants to build things with AI. You might think a license, who cares? But trust me, it matters. Every single one of these Mistral 3 models is released under the Apache 2.0 license. That means developers can take it, build on it, change it, even use it for commercial products, all with incredible freedom. It's literally about putting power back into the hands of the community. Now, obviously, to train models this huge, you need some serious firepower. And that's where their partnership with NVIDIA comes in. It's a whole pipeline. Step 1, the actual training, which happened on NVIDIA's beastly Hopper GPUs. Step 2, optimization. They use special tools to make sure the models run super fast. And step 3, deployment. This collaboration makes sure there's a clear path to get these models running everywhere, from a huge data center all the way down to your gaming PC with an RTX card.
And it wasn't just Mistral and NVIDIA in a room by themselves. Mistral makes a point to say this was a real community effort. They had key help from other open source projects like VLLM and Red Hat. It really just goes to show you what can happen when people collaborate in the open. Okay, we've gone through the tech, the different models, the big partnerships, but let's bring it all home. What does this actually mean for you? Whether you're a developer, a student, or running a business, let's bring down why this matters.
So let's sum it up. Why should you care about Mistral 3? Well, for starters, you get that top-tier, frontier performance. We're talking closed-source results, but with all the control and transparency of open source. That's the holy grail. Plus, these models understand text, images, and over 40 languages. They're built for the messy real world. You've got that incredible range, from a tiny 3B model all the way up to that 675B monster, so there's something for every use case. And finally, they're ready for complex stuff, what people are calling agentic workflows, where the AI can actually plan and execute tasks. Super powerful.
And maybe the best news of all, this isn't some coming soon announcement. You can start playing with these models today, right now. They're already available on Mistral's own platform, on big cloud services like Amazon Bedrock and Azure, and of course on Hugging Face. They're out there, ready to go. You know, to kind of wrap all this up, Mistral connects what they're doing to a much bigger idea. They use this amazing quote from Marie Curie, who said, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." And that quote, that's pretty much their whole philosophy in a nutshell. For them, it's not just about dumping code on the internet. It's about a fundamental belief that the only way to build AI responsibly is through transparency, making it accessible to everyone, and moving forward together as a community.
So, what Mistral has done here is drop an incredibly powerful set of tools into the hands of the entire world. It's a bold claim, right? That the future of AI isn't closed off, it's open. And that leaves all of us with a really exciting question to think about. Now that we have this, what are we going to build with it?